All right, what we did here, guys, just to show you how this product does work, is I put basically an acetone cleaner, brake clean, solvent in this jar. And that's to represent, your solvent parts washer. This, you just saw me dump CB100 into. Water-based, biodegradable, no VOCs, which is cool. These guys are just stainless steel Brillo pads, and all that motor oil is just straight, probably 50 weight motor oil from when I change my oil in my tractors and cars and stuff. But what I'm going to do is drop one of each in each one of these containers to show you what CB100 does with oil, which is pretty darn neat. So we'll make sure she's lubed up pretty good here. And I mean, there you can see pretty much instantly the whole cup turns a tinged color. So it actually diffuses your oil. Now, if you had a pump in there and you're pumping fluid, right away, as soon as you start cleaning, your fluid's going to start coming out that color as opposed to clear. Well, CB100, on the other hand, just hold it there a minute just so it stays sunk. Get her down there. If you look at that, the fluid stays clear, but what the cool thing is, it's actually pulling the oil off the part. Now, granted, on a caked on, baked on part, it's not gonna release it like that. But this goes to show that it does separate the two and it floats to the top. The idea is after it sits, and we can do some more talking, I made these little pig mats up. You can go in, soak off that top layer of oil, and you got clean fluid underneath. In a parts washer, where's the pump? Bottom of the tank typically. So if you have cleaner fluid at the bottom and you're constantly cleaning your part with clean fluid, which is really cool. So that's the main thing. And like I said, I've put this up against solvent, and in most applications it cleans just as well, if not better. And I'm not using any gloves. Don't have to worry about keeping the lid on it. So that's what you're looking at. I will say, as Brian said, there's an aluminum version coming out. And I think I told you this. Yeah. You just have to watch soak in aluminum for long periods of time. So there's a certain content of carbon in aluminum, and it actually starts to draw the carbon to the surface. Wanger's down in Myerstown was doing an old engine, had aluminum heads. It was a restoration, and they soaked their heads. I found out afterwards. They told me they soaked them for 4 hours. I found out it was over the weekend. They came in, and instead of being a nice aluminum color, they turned like a dark charcoal gray. And for the restoration, the guy wasn't too happy. They ended up polishing them up, and they turned out all right. But I don't know if it has any negative impact on the structure of the aluminum, but I know it'll discolor. That's all I know. But like I said, there is an aluminum safe version coming out after the new year, and that's probably the product I'm going to promote then.
Just look how that's fully separated.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. And then I'll take.
So this is where we talk about getting to life. If you have a dipping application and this works out for you, what we're testing here, you can continue to skim it and get longer life out of the solution.
And this is clear. I mean, this fluid will get stained, but the cool thing is the oils and stuff, I would even think the carbon would float to the top more than sink, which is really, really neat. Now, as far as getting it, I know it's still working, but to speed up the process here. is what I was doing last night in the garage, making these little discs to blast. Let her work a second. I was telling these guys that clean carb parts with them. I mean, anything that gets plugged up. Take a shot down on top of it right now, Brian. You can see how it's separated, which is pretty wild. I feel like Bill Nye the Science Guy or something. Typically, I do this in the beginning of the demo, and then in 20 minutes, it's got all the oil out. You guys get the point, but
See how clean it is now?
I mean, there you have clean fluid and all your oils over here. So, pretty sweet, actually. So it's like I said, I don't get too excited over a lot of cleaning stuff, but this is a really
What happens
good
if you pull the one out of the solvent? Is it clean?
It is. It's clean, but all your stuff's on the bottom. They're both clean. It's just the process to get to that point, you know. Now you want to reuse that over and over and pump it from the bottom or keep cleaning that part. Plus, it's flammable. You know what I mean? Probably not safe on your ceramics. You're not going to get the life out of it as you are that. I can guarantee it. So yeah, I mean, if we I'll pull that one out when it's done. But you'll see that one's just as clean. This, it's not splattering any dirt, so yeah, it cleaned it. There's no doubt.